All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the new Star Wars Vintage Collection Dark Trooper from The Mandalorian. This is a deluxe figure. It kind of came out in waves. It seemed like some distributors had this way ahead of others. I know that Target was one of the last ones to get it. Amazon, one of the earliest. So I finally got mine. I ordered mine from Entertainment Earth. And I am excited about this figure. It comes with kind of the charging dock. Comes with some blast or rocket effects. So I am excited about this one. Now, obviously, with this being such a large figure, it is only the deluxe release. So again, similar to other deluxe releases, if they don't have kind of a single carded release as well, they do not have a VC number on the back. So I know that's important to kind of just track and catalog all of the figures and releases that we have in the vintage collection. So I think that this is a little bit of a miss. Maybe they should have done a separate numbering system, maybe DVC for deluxe vintage collection and then numbering them that way. Maybe they'll go that direction in the future, especially if we get more of these plastic free packages. But in any case, here we have it. I do like the packaging. Kind of shows, a couple different poses of the figure here. So I'm going to go ahead and open this one up. All right, so this is how it's packaged. So again, the plastic free for all these deluxe. It does come with a little instruction manual, which is nice. So it shows how you can switch out the hands, where the blaster can holster and stay on the figure. So that's a nice little touch. And then also just how to build the charging station and how to hook the figure in. So it's nice when they do this. Sometimes all the little pieces are a little bit confusing, so anything like that helps. All right. Okay, so we'll start by just looking at the figure standalone here. So not quite as large as maybe I was envisioning, with it being, these were fairly large robots in the show. So I thought they might be a little bit bigger size-wise, maybe almost the size of like a Chewbacca or something like that. But larger than a standard figure for sure, but not quite as massive. So it's got a little belt holster. I think that moves. So then you can see there on the leg, there's a little slot that the blaster probably has a peg that fits into. Now they did a good job, because these are robots. So all the joints on the robot itself, were kind of this interesting style here. So they did a nice job incorporating that just into the figure. Same with the knees, with those kind of circular hinge joints. So again, nice there. And the ankles as well. These move pretty well. The shins can turn in and out. And the hips have a good amount of mobility as well. So definitely very agile for this figure. Probably more agile than the robots themselves are. The Dark Troopers really were. So, all right, cool figure. We're going to go ahead and crack open the accessories. All right, so in the accessory package, we have a couple additional hands. So it looks like you get a right and a left hand in the fist position. As it just comes with the standard kind of gripping hands for a blaster. So that's pretty cool, just to recreate the scene where they're punching through the blast doors to get where Mandalorian is. So definitely a nice touch. I always like getting extra hands just to change the figure a little bit. That way if you army build too, you can have just little differences here and there. So then he does have a blaster, and I always think it's kind of funny when droids have blasters instead of just having it built in. It does have the peg, and it hooks right in there. So Kind of sticks out to the side a little bit. I'm not sure if this is just a one-off, if it's maybe at an angle a little different than it should be, or if that's standard for this release, but looks pretty good there. So it also comes with 2 of the flame effects, and those can go right into the bottom of the foot. So they also have the standard peg hole and then a separate hole for the flame effect. So snap that in there. So that way you can have them flying up in the air, maybe holding Grogu, taking him back to Moff Gideon. So pretty neat there. All right, and then we're going to build the charging cage for him. All right, so this we have 3 pieces to it. And so I'm not sure that it matters which side is up. I think the holes in the back there are supposed to be on the top. But otherwise, it looks like this snaps pretty easily together. So, all right, so we have them snapped together. We also have these hooks that should go right into those little holes. All right, so we have those. I had called them hooks earlier. They are tubes or wires that attach and charge the Dark Trooper. So, and then stand him in there. So I'm not sure that those actually physically attach. If anyone finds that they do, let me know in the comments. But it looks like they're just supposed to kind of sit there, you know, right at his torso to give the effect that he is charging. So, and you can imagine a bunch of these lined up would look really cool. You could create some good scenery. But overall, a nice figure. So I did want to just compare the scale of this figure to the, of course, the recent Luke Jedi Knight figure from The Mandalorian as well. So we can just kind of get a side by side just to see. So definitely a little bit taller, you know, but I don't know. I'd have to rewatch the episode to really see what the scale difference is, how much taller. I mean, they'd probably be about maybe a foot in scale of difference. So maybe that's correct. I guess in my mind they just seem a little bit bigger. So all in all, a really nice figure. I had heard that these charging cages were a little bit flimsy. I'm actually pretty happy with the sturdiness of it. So definitely a nice addition to the Mandalorian line. You know, a lot of us have been waiting ever since that first episode that they showed up. Been waiting for this figure, so I'm glad to have it in the line. Let's get one of these in retro collection as well. That'd be a nice addition to that wave, or to that collection. One other thing to note with this figure is that on the back of the head it has that little red kind of rectangle area, and that is to allow light to shine through to give that glowing red eye effect. So I definitely like this feature. I mean, that kind of ups the coolness factor of this figure for sure. That might bother some people, being able to see that on the back. I'm not going to display this where you can see the back of it anyways, so I'd rather have the glowing red eyes. So definitely a nice touch. Overall, a great figure. Let me know, are you still waiting on your Dark Trooper? Did you get it early? Are you a Target orderer and still waiting on this one? Let me know in the comments how you like it. Of course, always make sure to like these videos, and please subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all of our toy reviews. Thanks, and may the Force be with you.